Hey there, everybody. It's Gillian Harris, your conscious cougar. I usually say to people, Gillian Harris Worldwide Metaphysical Services, and you can find me at GillianHarrisWorldwide.com. Gillian with a G. But I don't think I do that on this channel. Huh. But I just gave you a treat. Today, it's about a very serious thing, yo. We are in the midst of a crisis. Okay, I know everybody knows. Everybody done bought up all the toilet paper. Damn. I don't know what happened in the last couple of days why I just went completely ballistic. But look, this social distancing thing. I told you guys last time I wanted to talk about it. I want to talk about the fact that we're not touching each other. And I've actually since then have been feeling it even more. How about you? Do you feel it? If you are like me, you're single and you live alone and you don't even have a dog. You don't even have a damn goldfish. Okay. And so there's nobody there to get that interaction and you can't invite people over. That's not what's happening right now. That's not cool. You know. Yeah. And now they're coming out with how many hours and minutes the COVID virus lives on wood and steel and boxes and fabric and skin and hair and I didn't really hear about the hair, but I'm just saying they're like doing all these things, right? So it's just like so nerve-wracking. And my concern is this, we're looking at the charts and we're looking at the numbers and we're seeing that it was going like this and now it's starting to make the climb like this and it's going to go right up here. And the question is going to be, we just want to not get everybody sick at the same time. They feel like a lot of people are going to get the flu and the sick and get, stuff, but we need not everyone at the same time. So in order to control this, to contain this, they're saying stay away from each other. Don't touch each other and stand back. Get back. 6 feet. Now, what did you want to tell me? And actually, I think you have to be back a little bit further than that. Somebody did a measurement of a speck of spittle and how far it can actually go. I think it was a little bit farther than, 6 feet. But of course, at that point, boom, it's not airborne anymore. Now it's another problem. Okay. All right. So what if, we're heading for this part where it gets a little getting ready for with buying all the toilet paper and whatnot, right? And all the water gone, the grocery stores do. Anyway, so what if? How long does it take for this touch deprivation, which is what it's going to end up being? How long before that doesn't feel good? How long before we have psychological and emotional damage over that? Am I being extreme? No, I'm really not. I'm really, 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 really not. Touch deprivation is an actual honest to goodness thing. And it can lead to you gaining weight. That's why I put it on this channel. But that's not the only reason. I also just wanted to talk about it. I feel like I just want, at some point I'm just going to run up to somebody and just hug them. What would happen? That woman hugged me. Anyway, you stand a chance of suffering from touch deprivation if you have gone through a prolonged period of time with little or no touch from another human being. And workaholics go through this. I happen to know that one. You might know that one if you're a workaholic. It happens. But apparently in Western countries, because there are so many more workaholics around here, we go through this a lot more than other parts of the world where we are just not touching as much as other parts of the world. It's because of the technology and how fast we can go. And we're going as fast as we can with our keyboards and whatnot and getting the work done, and people are demanding and we get it faster. And then there are mobile devices and we're just all on the mobile devices and, and it texts them. You don't have to call them and definitely don't have to see them. You can FaceTime them or something. You know what I mean? And then there's also in America, at least, there's the threat of, being sued for touching. Like, why are you touching me? Stop touching me. Yeah, that happens in America. So people don't want to get sued for harassment. So they don't touch each other as much anymore, which is a shame because touch is important. It's important. It's healthy. And it's urgent. It's urgent. It's an urgent part of us being humans and spirit beings, actually. Don't get me started in the metaphysical realm, but yeah, it's part of our human experience as companion animals to touch. And I remember a study that I've been talking about this today, happened in the 1940s, and it really pissed me off. Okay, I wasn't here in the 1940s, okay? If you're trying to figure out how old I am to get a copy of the book, no. But this happened in the 1940s, and when I heard about it, I was just fuming. I mean, these really brilliant scientists, doctors, and researchers and whatnot. The group of babies over here are the sterile group of babies, and these are the normal group of babies. Okay, these babies over here, they would feed them, quickly feed them, change their diapers, wash them, and leave them there. Let them sit there, lay there in their little crib things, and not talk to them or anything. The other babies over here, they got the whole awesome, holistic, organic human experience of being a baby. They got fed, they got changed, they got held, they got cradled, they got loved, they got the goo goo gaga from the adults, they got the attention, they got communication, but not these other babies, not the sterile babies. 4 months later, about half the sterile babies are dead. Now, I want to say to you that they created the conditions of where the sterile babies were and made it so that they could not get sick. But they weren't thinking. These are stupid people. I mean, I'm so frustrated to know that they did this. But made it so they couldn't get sick, but they were thinking physiologically, and they weren't thinking about psychologically and emotionally and actually physiologically, because there's a shutdown as everything is connected. And so, yeah, these babies said, peace out. They left. I mean, there's a whole other thing. If you to win the contest or whatever, just go buy the damn book. Have we met? How to identify your reincarnated loved ones? But there's a portion in here where I actually talk about how when the soul joins with the physical body and why it is so easy for the spirit of a baby to leave, and crib deaths, why they happen. And basically that's what was happening here, because these babies physiologically were not sick, but they did not all, but a bunch of them died. So, of course, they stopped the experiment at that point. I guess the point had been proven that, yeah, human touch is really, 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 really important. So I'm going along and I'm like, okay, how do we know if we have touch deprivation disorder? Okay, I just threw the disorder on there because I thought it sounded cool, but touch deprivation. I'm going to grow up to be a cuddle therapist. I'll tell you about that in a second. But I found this website. It's NordicCuddle.com. And these people a couple of years ago, it looks like, really got into touch and did a lot of blogging about touch and whatnot. So they came up with a list of 7 things that we could look for to know that we are being deprived in a very unhealthy way, and that it's having an adverse effect upon us in terms of touch deprivation. So first thing, aggressive behavior. And that's either physically or verbally. And for me, impatience, that's my aggressive behavior. And I'm, working on that all the time. Like, calm down, Gillian, seriously. But now that I have here's another thing that happened. This touch deprivation thing, I was thinking like, wow, I'm a workaholic. And so I kind of put myself in the situation where I would experience these things by just not being around humans so much. Because I'm a workaholic from home, work for myself, you know what I mean? So it'd be like I go days, weeks without like seeing anybody, kind of like really, except my parents once in a while. So I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I would be, agitated. But then I'm like, wow, we're doing this thing, and now we're afraid of each other. We're afraid to be close to each other. We're afraid to, we'd want to stay away from no gatherings. I'm thinking twice about, inviting anybody over. If I think 3 times, I don't even have to think 3 times. I just don't do the invitation. Not right now. Now we can't figure it out, because now we got people who don't have any symptoms who are contagious. Tell me that doesn't sound like a sci-fi flick. That it's so Walking Deadish, I can't even. Anyway, so okay, How long will it take us to get to these things if we're not there already, if you're not already feeling some stuff? I've been feeling the depression. I really had it bad yesterday. I've been wanting to bring this piece to you for a minute, and I just couldn't pull it together, and I went through some of the lists and it upset me so much. The second one is body image issues. OMG, not being touched can lead to that. And I think that's because of the psychological stuff, erroneous psychological information that we're giving ourselves. Like, oh my God, the reason nobody touches me is because, or maybe it's because. And so you've got on one side, as a potential result, bulimia, anorexia. On the other side, as a potential result, you have overeating. And I saw myself buy a donut. I went into a donut shop. Why? I haven't been into a donut shop in years. Why did I do this? A couple of days ago. Oh, you think maybe a little COVID-19 crisis, maybe? I don't know. Feeling a little like, my business is all messed up, like, nobody's gathering, so there are no cars to park for my valet parking service, which is my main bread and butter. Feeling a little bit stressed out with my 50 or so employees who want paychecks in just a minute. So anyway, yeah, I went for a donut, yo. So I go in there. I'm like, hey, I want that glazed donut right there. I come out with a bag. It feels kind of heavy. I'm like, okay, whatever. I get home. I open it. I'm like, what is this? Maple. And then I'm like, oh, he put three donuts. He put 3 donuts in the bag. So I had one yesterday. I had one today. There's another one for tomorrow. Unless, of course, I can find the strength after doing this vlog to just throw it away. Anyway, so that's a potentiality. Overeating or whatever, bulimia, anorexia, some eating disorder thing as a way of filling the void that we may be feeling. And so we got to stay conscious and not let that happen. Not let it happen. High stress. So there's a high stress thing that happens, and touch kind of calms you. And so intermittently, I believe that every human on the entire globe, or at least in America, needs to have 3 hugs a day. 3, not 1, damn it. 3. Morning, noon, and night. Hug somebody, damn it. Okay, not right now. Not right now. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Okay. But after the COVID thing, you can hug me. Okay. 3 times, 3 hugs. Okay. That's what I think. That's what I feel, because it ebbs and flows. And if we don't do that, then our stress level just stays high and there's no natural way to bring it down. You know what I mean? There's that. Oh my God. So I learned while reading this article that there's some sort of trend happening that I did not know about across I just think that's a beautiful thing though. Loneliness, that's another. We're on the 4th sign that you may be having touch deprivation, or that you may be touch deprived. Loneliness and feeling like it's, it's only me, that psychological wackiness happen, are not alone. And especially, again, if I give that example of, those people who are single and live alone. And so you go home and that's it. Not even, there's no Fido or kitty cat to say hello and hang out with or anything. It's just you. Meditate, learn to meditate. That's okay. So loneliness. And that of course can lead to depression. And I want to back up on the loneliness. There was something I read, signs that you are trying to fill or to solve the loneliness, and 2 of them are things I do. Oh my God, but I don't think I was doing it for that. Or maybe I am, I don't know. One of them was finding yourself taking prolonged hot showers and you just stand there and let that water just like all over you. And you're just like, kind of like feeling like, I don't know, I guess the sensation of warmth from another body or something. The other one, those blankets that are like fuzzy and whatever, comforters on top of that. But so I have the soft, I'm between 2 soft blankets rather than between sheets or whatever. And that just feels warmer. And I admit that must be simulating something on my body to feel like maybe another person or something. I don't know, but they're talking about comforters and just putting a lot of blankets and whatnot on to simulate that other body as part of a sign that you may be experiencing loneliness as a result of touch deprivation. And in case you just joined us, because I see some folks joined us, we're talking about this effect, COVID-19 and touch deprivation by way of social distancing and how that can be harmful to us. We got 2 more to go. The sexual dysfunction. All right, no, 3 more to go. Mental issues can arise, and this is like depression, which is a bummer. And then sexual dysfunction. I mean, if you're all stressed out and stuff and you're depressed and whatnot, of course, there's going to be sexual dysfunction of all kinds. And I don't need to list them. You probably got your own little list of sexual dysfunctions. And so that could happen. I did press the button so that no one under 18 should be watching this, so I could say what I want to say, but I'm not going to go any further right there, Rob, on that. But then the last thing is something that, if you've got the touch deprivation thing happening as a result of workaholism, then I can see this fear of attachment, which actually you would have the workaholism because of the fear of attachment for whatever reason. And so then you find yourself in a bunch of unsatisfying situations, relationships and whatnot, so that you can go see it didn't work out. So, and you don't have to worry about the attachment. But they're saying that touch deprivation shows up. A symptom of it shows up is your fear of attachment. And then I'm saying from everything that I've learned in my studies that comes from within, and it starts from the fear first, and then it's expressed as the attachment issue and the unsatisfying relationships. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do. They need to test everybody, but that's probably not going to happen. And then I'm thinking it's going to be like another couple of months or something. Really, where are we right now? I feel like it's about 2 months, May. That's what I think in terms of when enough people have caught their little flu. And I also think, and I'm saying it like that on purpose because that's all I want it to be. I don't want huge, big, ICU ventilator drama for people. And I think it's going to be really telling how Tom Hanks and his wife, cover us on what's up with them. They need to do another report on their Instagram. Yes, they do. They didn't do it today. They did it yesterday, but they need to do that because I think the way that we are and the kind of panic that we have will be tempered a lot by their experience of this. So anyway, that's all I got to say. I would love your comments below. If there was anything at all helpful to you in this video, or if you enjoyed it even a speck, could you please push the like button wherever the hell it shows up on this thing? And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm doing this a whole lot more now because it's fun. And I'm your conscious cougar, Gillian Harris, and I will see you soon. Have a great night. Bye.